But let's get into some headlines.
Let's go.
First off, we got to start off the show with two big RIPs, RIP Takeoff and Aaron Carter.
Facts.
The Takeoff death is like very high-key tragic.
Yes.
It sounds like they were at a bowling alley celebrating, I think, Takeoff's birthday, actually.
Oh, really?
Quavo.
I don't know if it was a birthday. I knew that it was an after party from something, and they were at a bowling alley, and they were shooting dice. I didn't hear what was the original party that they were at Afties for. But.
Yeah, they were like doing something at a bowling alley. Which, side note, if you reach a point in life where you can just rent out an entire bowling alley, like, you made it.
Let's go.
That's a fact.
Good for you.
But so he was at the bowling alley shooting dice. Takeoff apparently wasn't even involved in this altercation and was just an innocent bystander in this, and was shot once in the head and once in the abdomen. Unfortunately, died on scene. Again, it's kind of senseless violence, and I think that's one of my big takeaways from this is that people keep saying, like, don't be a rapper. You got a short life expectancy, all this violence in the rap industry. It's like, nah, man, Takeoff wasn't that dude. From everything that people are sharing, it's like Takeoff was the glue of Migos. He was the one that was like, no, I'm not going out to the clubs. I'm going to stay home and I'm going to work on my craft. I'm going to I'm going to make beats. I'm going to write verses and hooks. And my man was just an innocent bystander. Evidently, Quavo was the individual that was in the altercation after he lost some money at the dice table.
One of the individuals.
Very sad.
One of the individuals.
One of the individuals.
Yeah, it's extremely sad, man. You hate to see it. It's a life lost way too soon. He's only 28. You know what I mean? Not much older than us. It sucks. Period. Like.
Yeah, dude, that's crazy. When I was reading some of the articles, I didn't realize that he was 16 when Migos was first like popping off, when Versace came out and all that shit.
I think he was the youngest one of the three, right?
Yeah. I was reading an article about him, and a bunch of people real close to Migos were talking about how back before they blew up, Migos would basically, they get paid like $30,000 a night to go perform at a nightclub in Miami, and Takeoff would just like dip out. He would like do the show and he'd just leave and he'd go back to the crib. And he'd just sit there and they'd come back and it'd just be YouTube histories of just Biggie, Tupac, Nas, and like all these legends of the game that he was like researching. And I didn't even realize that he was that young. That's wild.
Yeah, man.
Very sad. Very
absolutely
tragic.
Senseless. And, the thing that people don't want to say is that it was the fault of the guns. You know what I mean? No matter what it was, you get in an argument. People get heated all the time. You know what I mean? But when you bring a gun, whether it be illegal, legal gun, into the fold, things get much deadlier, much quicker, and it sucks. And I heard a lot of different conflicting stories, so I won't dig too much into it, but it just sucks that it may have even been somebody that he knew that accidentally took the fatal shot at him. It's just stupid, man. You know what I mean? Senseless. Absolutely senseless.
Very senseless. As I've vocally, what's the word I'm looking for? Proclaimed here on this podcast. Put the guns down, put the straps down, put the hands up. Just settle your beef like men.
I agree. I absolutely agree. Also, big
Equally,
RIP, too.
RIP to Aaron Carter.
Damn.
Equally sad, but for kind of more, maybe different reasons.
Longer, more
evidently,
life reasons, yeah.
Yeah, this evidently was an OD on Whippets.
Really?
Which he was, yeah, I mean, he, as an individual, was very open about his drug abuse, and I feel like living in the public eye more heavily with the crazy face tattoo he got and all the crazy interviews and the OnlyFans and being more in the public eye the past few years than he had been in previous years, you could really see that kind of decline in the fact that the drugs were for real taking over his life, which is very sad. So equally as sad, rest in peace, Aaron Carter. Aaron's Party is always a banger, always a classic.
Facts. Same as I Want Candy.
Again,
his I Want Candy cover is fire. I want candy. All right.
Classic.
All right.
Classic. All right, we got the sad stuff out of the way. I want to talk about something very exciting.
All right, cool. Yeah, big switch up here from the
We're gonna check into